Why is your shooting position vitally important? We're going to get into that and a lot of other good stuff in this video if you stay tuned, especially to the end, where I'll give you some of my good tips that I learned over the years in competitive shooting. Hey everybody, I'm Michael with Asymmetrical Preparedness. And yes, I was in the All-Navy rifle and pistol team for a couple years, and I competed in high-power rifle and pistol matches. Also, over 20 years of prepping and 20 years in the military. So, I think I'm qualified to talk about this. There are other people that do things a little bit differently, but this is my way, and this is the way I'm going to show you guys. So let's get into it. Why are shooting positions vitally important? Because your base, your structure, is important to maintain stability, control of the weapon system, and aids in accuracy. And one of the biggest things I learned during my time in competitive shooting and dynamic style, two-way range type shooting, was that the biggest improvements I saw, other than practice itself, doing it and learning from others that teach you how to do it properly, was hitting the gym. I'll tell you what, weightlifting, arms, shoulders, back, core, especially those, but your whole body. As I gained, and especially into my upper body strength, I was able to hold the weapon system steadier, longer, and greatly improve my accuracy. So it's one of the best things that you can do if you want to be an accurate shooter. All right, so let's get into the shooting positions. Yes, you guys want to do that. So let's start with standing and offhand. Well, what's the difference? Okay, well, standing would be like this. Normal use of the weapon system. Offhand is a competitive shooting style where you can either grip. Some people grip the bottom of the magazine like this. Some people grip it like this. There's different ways to do it. What I do personally is use my sling. So I will sling in like this, get as tight as I possibly can. Then I will flip the magazine, if it's an AR style, on the outside of my arm, and then I will just set it on my palm. So it's like this. I know it looks funny. And then my sling's a little too tight right now. Back it off a little bit. There we go. Okay. And then what I want to do is I want to lean back. I want to put the back of my arm on my side, and I want to use it as a rest. And then hold the rifle steady and squeeze. Those are the two styles of standing type shooting. Obviously, if you have time, and standing is the only position that you can get into to make that shot, even in a dynamic situation, a two-way range, you may want to take the time, if you have it, to sling in, get in there like that, get a nice position, and then take that more accurate shot. If you don't have the time, obviously come up and engage the best you can. But that's pretty much it for standing. The least accurate of the positions. There are 4 main positions and variations of those positions. So let's get into kneeling next. All right, so the kneeling position is you put your strong foot to the back, your off foot, weak foot, whatever, to the front. And then you can do a high kneeling, which I'll turn like this so you can see it better. This is a high kneel where my butt is not on my foot. That's the high kneel. Then there's the low kneel, which you can sit back on your foot and then put and this is where some of the differences are. Some people teach bone on bone. You put your elbow bone on your knee bone and then you shoot. They say that's better for endurance and accuracy, but I'll tell you what, bone on bone wobbles. The way I was taught and the way I prefer and the way that's just drilled into me, it's just second nature for me, is to put the meaty part of my arm on the front of my knee. so that there's a lot less wobble. It's a lot more solid position. And then I'd probably actually grip back here for a better position. And get your sling tight also. You can incorporate your sling in all of these. You can tighten it in like that. It all depends on how much time you have. If you have time, instead of just, getting down and going like this and shooting, you can sling in, and then you can do the same thing with your rifle that you do standing or offhand. And it takes a sec, get into a nice, solid shooting position for more accuracy. Another thing is I want to talk about for accurate shooting. If you're going to be shooting standing especially, or offhand, holding the rifle up for a bunch of different shots is not a good idea. If you got time, like say you're in a match or something like that, put the weapon system down, relax your body for a couple seconds. Another thing is that if you stay in this position too long on the rifle, your head is tilted over. So your jugular there is restricted. So it restricts the blood flow to your brain, which affects your eyesight, which affects your accuracy. So you don't want to do that. All right, another variation of kneeling is turning your foot sideways like that. Hopefully you can see it like that, and then sitting on it like that. That's even more stable because the closer to the ground you get, pretty much the more stable you become. So those are kneeling. Okay, so let's talk about sitting. I'll show you my favorite way first. Cross your legs like this, bring it as nice and tight as you possibly can. And then if you're going to do it quickly, you want to bring your elbow, see this little crook of your leg right here? The crooks of your legs. You want to wedge your elbows in those crooks. And then get up on the weapon system, hold it as steady as you can, and fire. Like my daughter just pointed out, this is the crisscross applesauce shooting position. So yeah, that's a good one right there. All right, to make yourself even more accurate with this, sling in. Wrap your sling around on your arm. There you go. Nice and tight. You might want to adjust your sling if you have time. But get it in nice and tight and make a shot. Another thing is, with long range shooting and accuracy, the palm of your hand has a pulse. So in competition shooting where it's big padded glove, that eliminates that. But in a combat situation, you're not going to have that. You wear some type of gloves. Hopefully you need to, because it protects your hands. And they'll get your knuckles and stuff will get all torn up if you don't. But you notice what I was doing is that in this position, I was using this part of my hand, like the knife edge versus the palm. You can use the palm also, but you can't really get into the position. You may be able to do it like this, and you could get the palm, but I feel like this, because what it does is, see how it brings the rifle up? It gives me the elevation I need to get on sight, depending on where the target is. But if you do this, if you're going into shooting at a declination, then that may be good. If you're shooting even, then like this. If you are shooting at an inclination, you may want to grab your mag like this. I don't recommend doing it on the bottom mag too much because it's too wobbly. That's why I don't really like that. But if you grip the rifle wherever you need to, or the mag for inclination, bring it down flat, or bring it like this for declination. That's some ways you can do it. There may be other sitting shooting positions, but this is the one I like, and this is the one I wanted to talk about. So let's get into the next position, the most accurate position. You know it. It's prone, of course. All right, the prone shooting position. So basically you plant your knee, plant this knee, put your support hand down, bring your other elbow down, kick your legs out, and lay flat. That's how you get into the prone position. So the basic prone position, you want your legs and everything in line with the recoil of the weapon system so that it mitigates that recoil and you get more accurate shots. So if you have a bipod in this situation, use a bipod if you can. Tripod, same thing. Basically what you want to do is you want to You also don't want your elbows, that bone, wiggling around. So you try to kind of find a spot where you can put more muscle on it. Same with this arm. You can use your forearm. And then grab the weapon system. You can use palm, like I said, or up, depending on the angle you want to shoot. But let's say I just want to shoot flat. Another thing you can do on an AR is you can rest the magazine on the ground. And no, that does not cause malfunctions or misfires or misfeeds in a good quality firearm and magazine. So you can do that, and then you can get your other 2 points of reference on the ground, and that way you have 3 points of reference on the ground, which is better. The more contact points you can have will greatly aid your accuracy when you're shooting. So that is pretty much prone shooting right there. This is your most accurate position. Okay, so those are the 4 main shooting positions. My 2 favorites obviously are prone. I like prone. Speaking of prone, a lot of people will say, I've had lots of comments when I'm wearing my plate carrier or my chest rig, oh, you can't get prone with all that stuff on. Well, yeah, you can. One of my ways I do it with my chest rig specifically is I will kind of lift my chest rig up a little bit, kind of get it up in this area of my chest so that this area of my chest that's on the ground is there. And what that actually does, it gives me something to lean into when I'm engaged, when I'm using my weapon system prone. So yes, you can get prone while wearing a plate carrier or a chest rig. And I'll tell you what, I would rather have those magazines and those tools on me than worry about getting a tiny little bit closer to the ground. Sometimes it may be important. And another thing, and I've heard, basically I think there's increasing popularity of split rigs. I like the idea of split rigs. What is a split rig? Well, it's like a chest rig, but it has buckles or disconnects in the middle so you can pull it off to the side, like the old LBV. My LBV setup, which I need to do a video about, that's my most comfortable setup I have out of all my kits, my old school LBV. But my take on split rigs is I don't like the ones that have where the opening, the space between the 2 sides is like this wide. What I like are the ones that are right up on each other and then zippered, so you can take them apart, just zipper it. So you're really only losing like that much real estate in the middle. So you can still have all the mags and stuff you need, and then just zip it down, slide it apart, and go prone. Which I really need to get one of those kind of rigs. I don't have one, a very limited budget, but that's something that, yeah, would be advantageous. So with my SPR, my special purpose rifle, I would probably use my LBV, my old school LBV setup, because hey, it works and it does enable me to be prone, and in a special purpose rifle / designated marksman type role, I would plan on being prone a lot more than most people. Just saying. But with a general purpose rifle like this, these shooting positions are all valid for any type of rifle. But another thing that's very important for accurate shooting, other than a stable position, and these are things that you need to practice, you need to train constantly. Getting into position needs to be muscle memory. Another thing I almost forgot to mention. So adjusting your natural point of aim. Okay, if I'm standing, if I'm shooting and my natural point of aim is off, I close my eyes, I open my eyes. Is the rifle on target? No, it's off a little bit. Then move your rear foot, not your front foot. Move it back a little bit. Move it forward a little bit to get yourself, and then close your eyes again, open your eyes. Is your rifle on target? Why is that important? Because if you're not on target with your natural point of aim, then even when you get your sights on there and you squeeze and you think that's a great shot, you might still miss, because that natural, your body wants to pull you off of target one way or the other. That's vital. Especially if you have time. That's why I advocate training so much. Training. So if I identify a target over there, and I will test myself here really quick. You won't be able to see me, but I'm going to see how well I do. I'm going to engage a target, so I'm going to get my stance where I think I will engage that target, and then I'll bring my rifle up, close my eyes, bring it on. Okay, I'm off a little bit. But that's something you can dial in through training and practice. That muscle memory of knowing your body, where it is, what the position is, and how that relates to your target acquisition downrange. So that's very important. Another very important part of this is breathing. Don't hold your breath for too long. Now, the rifle naturally moves, okay? Yes, it's going to. Unless you're on a bipod or a tripod and you got the most solid position ever, okay? Then it may not move. But breathing control is very important. You don't want to hold your breath for too long. You want to breathe in, breathe out. Another thing I do, especially in offhand shooting when I was competitive shooting, is people would see me. They could tell when I'm breathing because I would be on target and I'd be like this. And I would take a nice deep breath like that. As the rifle came down on target, as I'm breathing out, right at the end of my breath, if it's on target, I would do a nice little squeeze and pop off a round. That's one of my favorite times to pop off a round because you got that oxygenated blood, you're coming down on target, you're nice and smooth, your body's relaxed, you come down, it slows down, you get on, you squeeze. That's a good way to do it. Breathing control is very important. So your position, your stance, standing, kneeling, prone, or sitting, your breathing control, and your natural point of aim, as well as don't keep your eyes open too long. Blink naturally, especially before you're going to be shooting. Blink a couple times, bring up. It's all part of a system. You got to get it down. You got to train on it. You got to practice it. I love you guys. Thank you very much for allowing me to be part of your day. And blessings to you and yours.